Hi. So I've just landed in Cork, in my mum and dad's house, and I thought I'd just do a quick little drawing. I found some materials. My mum has chalks and oil pastels and some pencils, and there's a lovely flowering iris here outside the door. And I don't know if you can see it, but the ocean is sparkling there. That's where the sea is. And that's, of course, my mum's polytunnel. And here's this gorgeous iris that I'm just going to do a quick drawing of. It's kind of precarious there, leaning it on that, but sure. I should maybe put something else behind it. I just get it off here. I kind of wanted to do something. And yeah, so. And you'll see my mum passing over and back. She's 83. And you'd never think it because she's doing as much as she ever did. I think anyway. She says she isn't herself. But she seems to be still as involved as ever in the garden. And she said that yesterday herself and my dad painted around the windowsills and the bottom of the house. So there's always some bit of action happening. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see this. And this iris is it's really, it's dancing in the wind. It's got that, there's a very strong wind, and this is the sheltered side of the house. My mum was saying it's supposed to go on for another 3 weeks, or 2 weeks anyway, and that it's an east wind. So we've been kind of wrapped up, but I had a tour of the garden there, and she's showing me all the different things that are flowering at the moment. It's amazing the amount of colour already. No, so that first thing there was the two kind of purplish petals that are overlapping one another, and the next thing that I'm noticing now is the yellow, and I don't have any yellow pencil, but I do. Hang on a minute. I could maybe try using the yellow pencil first, and then I can go for the oil pastel. I don't know, are you able to see a bit with the way the light is and things? It's probably not very satisfying at all, but I thought it was kind of good medicine, this, the view, and to kind of, I just feel like I wanted to bring you here with me a little bit, because it's a lovely thing to be beside the sea and the sunshine, and with these lovely flowers in bloom around us. So where I'm coming to you from is County Cork, like the south coast of Ireland. There's a little bit of lemon yellow oil pastel I find is a good colour for that part of it, and then I'm going to go over to this. It's really dancing around, but it's almost kind of giving me a little bit like painting Richard DeMarco and all his talk. I don't know if you heard. I was painting this man who's fiercely creative and inspirational, and he didn't stop talking about the creative energy and everything. When I was painting him, he's 95, but it kind of helped me really, and it gave me a real feel for him, and I think that's maybe too what this iris is doing here, dancing in the wind. Instead of making the job difficult for me, I feel like it's actually giving me more of an insight into the character of it or something. I don't know. But the significant thing about it is, it's robust in how it's managing to buffet against the wind here, but the significant thing about it is this delicate quality, the elegance of it, and how beautiful it is withstanding the wind, but how beautiful it is in its kind of subtle, delicate veils of purple and yellow. There's a lovely lightness to it. We've got that one. And then there's a sort of Or is it a greenish colour maybe I could try to use? It might even be ever so little slightly greenish. These little frivolous kind of edges of the iris. My mum was saying that one of them was eaten by the slugs. There's one yet to open, and this one is in full flower. So she just happened to notice it and moved it over here to get into the shade a bit, like shelter from the wind. That's their dog Kim is behind me making a bit of noise. So I can see that there's something causing a shadow. You know, there's something slightly darker there. I don't think I even need to draw it in. I don't think it's a very helpful dark to find really. But however, I think the it'll be okay when I put some bright yellow on, I'd imagine. I don't know, have we got any of the, I think it's cadmium yellow really, that tongue that's there, you know. Like I think I kind of didn't have to put in those shadowy bits. Maybe just smudge them away. It's alright. But I'm not sure how we're going to describe this. It's almost orange. I don't have a cadmium yellow, so I think I will need to resort to the brightness of the orange. And maybe mix it in with this lemon yellow colour. This chalk I'm using still. And I'll see what that long, there's one behind as well. I'm a bit annoyed with myself for smudging up that one because I feel like there's a subtlety here that I want to try and capture. And I'm trying to describe best I can the kind of character of each petal with the elegance that I'm seeing it. The elegance that I'm seeing that it has. You know, this is kind of a cadmium yellow in my hand actually. What is it, Ken? And that colour was kind of a cadmium yellow, so I could maybe use that to describe the tongue I was talking about. It's really bright. There's 3 really bright flashes of yellow that could be described with the cadmium colour. Just gonna see if I can establish the clarity of that frilly petal again. And there's the bud there, but I think I'll leave that out. I don't know if I want to put that in. And coming down, then here there's, I've got a nice bright green oil pastel that might work for that. It's probably more of a yellowish green really, more even yellowish than that. To describe the beginning of the stem, but actually it's not completely colourful either. I think it's kind of, when I half close my eyes, it's a little bit darker. Don't know if you're able to see any of what I'm talking about now because of my efforts at being subtle with colour probably mean that you can't see a thing. I've got a dark green here. This one's called Hooker's Green, and I think it might be a good colour to describe the bit of the stem that's a bit darker and kind of opens out as you go down the plant. It folds over that lighter green bit. Oh my goodness, Kim, what is it? So we're going to the Opera House in Cork tonight to see, so my mum and dad are going as well. We're going to go and see my cousin who's the lead singer in the Neil Young tribute band Harvest. And someone told me that actually Neil Young himself is coming to Ireland in the summer. So I might be able to see him for real then. But I really like him. I think my cousin is great. So we're going to see him tonight. And then we're going to have a meal first with my sister and her husband and my brother and his wife and my mum and dad. And then we'll have the 80th birthday party tomorrow. So it's a good weekend for me to come back. I'm getting a lot of mileage for my cheap Ryanair flight. I am glad that I was able to come though. It's nice to not, it's good to not miss occasions like this. Right. I'll try and do some sort of a flash with this yellow to see if it'll be satisfying enough for the 3 bright petals. And this one is really iridescent. It's got the sunlight coming through it. This one over here. And I guess it's because it's dancing in front of the dark, it's really catching the light, that I'm seeing it as being really bright. But I don't think I want to put in loads of dark in the background to make it read as being light. But I might put in some, here we go, I don't know, I'm just going to try it. A bit of Payne's Grey in the space between that big shooting up purple one. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. Just in this space between these two. This one's got such a lovely frilly edge to it. There. And there's a pole in the background. I think maybe a vertical might be good there, so that we know that I don't have to put the dark behind all of it. That's the pole that's holding up the balcony. I don't know if you see my mum passing by there, she's the whole time doing something. She's got a whole load of hostas divided and transplanted into various pots. Now I'm going to carry on that vertical down below. I just think it's a bit of order or something that it might look a bit odd if I didn't have it coming down here too. And it'll sit below that. And maybe you could put a touch of, just to indicate that there's more going on down there. And there's the bud over here, but I think just even something to say. There's some greenery there. I went and had a yoga session this morning just after landing. I got the bus back. My mum picked me up. And I went straight to a yoga session. It's a new place overlooking the sea over the road, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I've had a lovely introduction to my stay here. We had a yin yoga class. She said you'll feel as though you've had a full body massage after it. And I did, but it wasn't easy, some of the poses to try and maintain the same position for 5 minutes is quite, you want to fidget, it's quite hard. But I did feel afterwards like I had loosened and opened up, and it did feel like I had a good massage. Okay, I think I might call it a day now. I wanted to do something. It's a little bit of yellow there. Maybe I could put another touch of the Payne's Grey if I could find it. Just under there maybe. This is the brightest petal altogether now, but something tells me that it's a good idea to just put something dark underneath there to kind of take us through it. It's just a lovely thing to spend a bit of time with the beautiful plant, you know. I think there's something about that that's more satisfying than the picture making side of it, is the taking time with, like, really observing something keenly. And as soon as you do that, I think things are revealed that are very good for the heart. I think Emma's gone to sleep. All right. I'm going to stop there. I don't know if you can see it. So that's what happened on the paper today. I hope you could hear me now. There's my mum again. And yeah, there's the beautiful iris out the window. So I hope that this finds you well. Just take it off and let you see my view. Yeah, I hope this finds you well and that you have a good weekend, whatever you're doing in your lives. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye. I'll show you Kim.